Someone just got burned alive. That's really, crazy. Alright. Second to last. I think there's only 5 chapters in this game. So we're on chapter 4. The Adventure of the Clouded Kokoro.
I begin to think, Wilson, said Sholmes, turning his head languidly in my direction, that there is more to this case than that which we have observed. Indeed, that there may be another part to this story that we are yet to discover. His eyes wandered, following the steam rising from his cup of herbal tea, leading him to the distant memory of that snowy evening. To the young lady collapsed on the pavement along Briar Road, and to the knife in her back. Lit in the soft glow of gas lamps, a most extraordinary scene had been set. And under the cover of a light fog, the curtain had risen silently on the insoluble mystery of our invisible killer.
Aw, hell yeah. Let's go. What a nice little kitty cat that is. Hell yeah. What a nice little kitty. Hell yeah. Congrats there, Bjarn. Congrats. British Supreme Court, Lord Chief Justice's office, 9:47 a.m. Did you sleep last night, Mr. Naruhodo? No, not at all. Thank you. Hell yeah. It was an enormous hotel, wasn't it? Always fun. It's always an amazing time when you get a new pet and you get to experience the new pet. Oh, I can remember when we had our last dog, when our last dog was a puppy, and he was really small, jumping through the backyard. Rooms were so luxurious, it felt like we were staying in a palace. With all the gas lights twinkling, it was brighter than day, even in the middle of the night. What about the enormous beds? After all my time on the SS Berea, I wasn't going to waste a single inch of that space. Spend the entire night rolling from one side of the mattress to the other. Oh yes, it really was the sort of night you can only dream of normally. Except, when I learned that we owed £3 for the rooms, that dream quickly turned into a nightmare. Oops, sorry about that. The building was so impressive and the entrance so inviting, I just wandered in without thinking. A lodging house in Japan, that sum of money would put a roof over your head for a whole year. I did try, but I'm afraid I can't help my tears when we were presented with the bill. I really am sorry. Well, never mind. We must find somewhere more affordable lodging straight away, though. If we're not careful, our entire stipend will be used up in 10 days or less. London is a scary place. Ah, good morning to you at this early hour. Oh yes, well... Good morning to you, Lord Chief Justice. We have come to report on the outcome of the trial at the Old Bailey yesterday. Susada-san is amazing. She didn't bat an eyelid, even in the presence of the imposing Lord Strongheart. Yes, I believe you have a very comprehensive initiation into British courtroom practices. Oh yes, it was very eye-opening. Thank you. And in accordance with your instructions, Lord Strongheart, Mr. Naruhodo performed his duty to the end. Yes, I've already been apprised of the events. You conducted a remarkable defense. You may consider the test passed. Why do I have a feeling like he's been getting blackmailed by Mr. McGilded? Oh? No longer are you a student from the Empire of Japan. You may henceforth claim to be a fully fledged lawyer. My country is delighted to welcome young talent from such a remote eastern land. Thank you very much. So I'm a lawyer now. Now, in the view of your new appointment, I have a fresh case in mind for you. I'd like you to take it on at once. I trust that won't be a problem? Another case? Already? Nothing trains a lawyer better than practical experience. I'm sure I don't sense dissatisfaction, do I? It's just that yesterday's trial ended unusually. I haven't quite come to terms with it. What's to come to terms with? The man was cleared. What more were you hoping for? Uh-oh. Oh, geez. It's getting crazy. That little giggle of evil. You start laughing like a crazy person. He's laughing like Wario. I just can't help wondering if Mr. McGilded really was innocent. Mr. Naruhodo? It's just that I never managed to ascertain the truth. And then the trial ended. Well, you needn't let it trouble you for a second longer. Sorry? What do you mean, Lord Strongheart? Magnus McGilded passed away immediately following the trial. What? Excuse me? What the hell? No. What? Mr. McGilded is dead? I have 19 minutes and 41 seconds until my next engagement. Time enough to talk. Insane plot twist? So maybe he didn't do it? Alright. Now I'm really intrigued. Okay, that was insane. So he's the one that got burnt alive. McGilded's death. I don't understand. What happened? How can he be dead? After the trial concluded yesterday, there was great commotion in the Old Bailey. As you'll presumably recall, the omnibus had been wheeled into the courtroom. Yes, of course. That was the scene of the crime which Mr. McGilded had been accused of. Precisely. Well, while the bailiff's attention was diverted by some other matter, the omnibus went up in flames. No. How could such a thing have happened? That is being investigated as we speak. But already, the police have identified a corpse found inside the charred shell of the carriage as that of McGilded. Oh God. What a way to leave. Holy shit. McGilded he started laughing and then after his last laugh, he just dies. That's awful. The man must have slipped inside while the bailiff's attention was elsewhere. Bailiff really needs to pay more attention. How could that have happened? That is also being investigated as we speak. Thinking back now, immediately after the trial, Mr. McGilded did mention going back into the courtroom to look at the omnibus. God damn. An inspection of the omnibus? Not to my knowledge. I don't believe Scotland Yard had any intention of re-examining the carriage. But then who was Mr. McGilded talking about? Never mind that now. The Yard is making a thorough investigation. This matter is no longer any concern of yours. Leave it to the police. Okay, he's being very defensive. That's weird. Poor Mr. McGilded. So, how did you find your first taste of our country's Supreme Court? Oh, well, I don't know. I mean, it was, wow. Mr. Naruhodo means that the whole experience was steeped in the solemnity of Great Britain's long history. It's really a world apart from our own judicial system in Japan, which is only a few short decades old. How the fuck do you... Don't worry about someone that got killed and lied about where we're going. Like, dude, exactly. Exactly! Wow. Susato-san is such a way with words. And you seem to have a way of failing to understand the right ones. The judicial system here is the most advanced in the world. Learn all you can. Most advanced in the world, is it? It was fortunate that your very first trial was a simple affair. Simple? That was simple? As I believe I mentioned yesterday morning, it was a trial you couldn't lose. I don't mean to be contrary, Lord Strongheart, but the case was anything but simple. The circumstances of the case were so incriminating. I was stunned when I first heard them. In fact, I'm still finding it hard to believe we managed to get a favorable verdict. Is something funny? No, my apologies. However, the fact is that you did receive the not guilty verdict you set out to achieve. And that can only be attributed to exceptional talent. Wouldn't you agree? Well, I don't know about that. Well, never mind. You exceeded my expectations, I freely admit. That much at least is an undeniable truth. Which is precisely why I have prepared the new case for you that I mentioned before. What's going on? What was he going to say before? New case? Could you perhaps give us some details about the new case you mentioned? Don't tell me. It's a murder and the trial starts in 10 minutes. Don't worry. It's nothing so alarming or quite so urgent as your last assignment. In fact, this case is completely different. Oh, I see. Did he just read my mind? That is to say, no one has died, as yet. And trial will not be today. There's plenty of time to research the case thoroughly. 23 hours, 43 minutes, and 19 seconds to be precise. Ha! So the trial's tomorrow then. Oh geez. Is everything alright? Oh yes. I'm just a little confused, that's all. Yesterday's trial was... Well, it's left me wondering if I'm really cut out for being a lawyer. Oh, Mr. Naruhodo. I don't know if I could face standing in that courtroom again after McGilded's trial. Ah yes, I nearly forgot. There's one similarity with yesterday's case. Once again, there's currently no one to advocate for the defense. Oh? The situation remains unchanged. The trial will start tomorrow with the defendant unrepresented. If that happens, I need not remind you of the inevitable outcome. The most terrible end awaits the defendant. Oh God. Yes, that's right. Here we go again. Your time is up. You will now have to excuse me. I would advise you to begin making preparation for tomorrow's trial. After all, the clock is ever ticking. There is now but 23 hours, 26 minutes, and 39 seconds until court sits. said there was plenty of time. And one more thing, Mr. Naruhodo. There's something I should like to ask you. What's that? Yesterday, you remarked upon something. That you intend to see through the will of your late compatriot, Mr. Osogi. I would be interested to hear what exactly you mean by that. Inside 34 seconds. Oh, well, Cosmo always used to say, you see, that he wanted to learn how the greatest justice system in the world worked so he could change ours in Japan. Now that he's gone, I'd like to work towards that myself. There's another thing. Oh. Another thing. Continue. On the way here, on the steamship, he said something to me. There's something very important that I have to do. Something very important. What exactly would that be? He never had a chance to tell me. I suppose he would have done if you're out of time. Well, thank you for an enlightening discussion. He just cut me off, bitch. Mr. Naruhodo, what's all this about? Mr. Osogi never once mentioned anything of the sort to me. I urge you both to focus your attentions on the matter at hand. I've taken a liberty of summoning the police inspector in charge of the case. He'll be able to apprise you of the details. How long has he been there? So I wish you the best of luck and bid you farewell. There's something very important that I have to do. Kazuma-sama, what did you mean? I wish I knew, but honestly, he never told me. Anyway, we had better talk to the detective, don't you think? Yes, you're right. I hope I'm just imagining it, but I wouldn't say he looks pleased to see us at all. Alright. This must be Lord Chief Justice's desk. I believe it's made of marble. Looks more like an over-the-top tombstone that's toppled over to me. I think that's just fanciful imagination at work again. It feels like everything that's normally made of wood and paper at home is made of bricks and stone here. I know. That's why this place feels so overbearing, I'm sure. Just look at all the naughty books packed together on these shelves. They go from the ceiling to the floor. Couldn't hope to come by in Japan. It's like a dream. Yes, a very bad dream. They're not all about British law either. There are books about judicial systems of other Western nations. France, Germany, Spain, Holland. What about Russia? Why do you ask? I was wondering about asking the Lord Chief Justice how you say wardrobe in Russian. What do you think? I think perhaps it's a thought best abandoned. Look at these menacing metal giants facing each other across the room. I believe they're suits of armor. Holland mentioned! Huh! Go Holland! Indeed! Indeed they're Bjarn. You've been mentioned in a book. In this game, hell yeah! I believe they're suits of armor. Oh, right. I thought maybe they were like lion dogs we have in Japan guarding shrine gates. No, not at all. In fact, in Europe, suits of armor like these are always possessed by evil spirits, you know? And then they swing their axes and try to chop off your heads. Or there's ones that, you know, Sir Fortescue might be around, you know? And they roam around in the middle of the night. Really? Is there nothing you can do? Or they chase Scooby-Doo and they run from the suit of armor that's possessed and coming after them. The book tells me everything I need to know about everything. If you're ever unsure, just ask. Where did she get that incredible tome? Okay, let's talk to our friend here. European history does not mention Scooby-Doo. True. Could we trouble you? What do you think? Ah, lovely weather, isn't it? What's the weather got to do with anything? Listen to me, you Japanese upstart. Some frippery about the weather doesn't get every English gent eating out of your hand, you know. But Susada-san told me it was foolproof. I'm a busy man, a very busy man. Look at me eating my fish and chips, goddammit. There's a crime scene to investigate. Well, I'm here having to give the likes of you a talking to. I'm ever so sorry. Can you imagine what the other officers there will be saying, Haven't seen Gregson anywhere, have you? No, he's too busy with the bigwigs these days. And all because of some bumpkin who's here on a jump from a country I've never even heard of. Hear that ripping sound? That's my reputation at the yard going to tatters. There's no need to rip us apart as well. I don't believe we've been introduced. This is Mr. Ryunosuke Naruhodo, defense lawyer. BRB, this detective? It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I'm Mr. Naruhodo's judicial assistant, Sue. It's lovely weather we're having today, isn't it? It is unseasonably fine, I grant you. London winters don't see a lot of sunshine. Unbelievable. How did she pull that off? So, Lord Strongheart has asked me to fill you in on the case. Name's Tobias Gregson. Inspector Gregson to you. I'm from Scotland Yard. Gregson? Inspector Gregson? What's the matter with Susato-san? Does this detective's name mean something to her? Okay, Inspector Gregson. Inspector, are you perhaps the Inspector Gregson? You're acting like you know this man, Miss Susato, but he's a London detective. Oh, I do know him. Very well, in fact. Very well? Yes, he features prominently in the adventures of Sherlock Sholmes. Uh-oh. Sherlock's coming back. In that publication? What's it called again? Rants Magazine? That's right. Inspector Gregson and Mr. Sholmes enjoy a wonderful, friendly rivalry. Really? You rival the great Mr. Sholmes? That's incredible. Oh, well, I don't know about that. Mr. Sholmes isn't a professional like myself, of course, but he does come up with the goods from time to time. Mr. Sholmes is equally complimentary about you, Inspector, isn't he? You earned his highest praise. Gregson is the pick of a bad lot of all the Scotland Yarders. Those were his own words. That's his highest praise? Well, Mr. Sholmes isn't particularly known for giving compliments, you see. That he is not. And thanks to that magazine, my name is known all over London town now. That's great, isn't it? I have to admit that, to start with, I was a little, flattered by all the attention. Everyone wanted to shake my hand, and my reputation at the yard went through the roof. Well, that's wonderful. No, it is not. There's nothing more sinister than the man on the street. People are always looking at me now. They're whispering rumors about me under their breath, I'm sure. Oh yeah, they're brittle, and BRB, heck yeah, they're yarn. Rumors? Are you quite sure? He's changed since he started appearing in those stories. Fame's gone to his head, stuff like that. Gosh, do you really think people are saying such mean-spirited things about you? Like I said, they whisper, so I can't catch exactly what they're saying, but I know what folk are like. I'm sure that's what they're saying. As sure as eggs is eggs. I get the feeling this detective could be very hard work. Oh dear. Perhaps the sunrise fame does change people. Okay, what about my case, please? So, about the case the Lord Chief Justice mentioned before. Nothing to tell, really. As far as we're concerned at the yard, it couldn't be simpler. Oh dear, that probably means, as far as we're concerned as lawyers, it couldn't be more complicated. Wish you were wrong about that, but I have a nasty feeling you're right. A young woman who was walking along the pavement on Briar Road when she was stabbed from behind. Fortunately, it wasn't fatal, but she's still laid up in the hospital unconscious. That's despicable. What sort of coward would attack a poor woman from behind? I suppose you would have finished whoever it was with a suicidal takedown, would you? That's neither here nor there, Mr. Naruhodo. Brace yourself, Rinsuke. You've angered her now. Anyway, after something of a whirlwind investigation, the criminal was arrested. He barely had time for a cup of tea after the incident took place, to be honest. So there must have been something left at the scene that led you directly to the culprit? Or perhaps a reliable witness who recognized the person in question. Let me stop you right there. You're wasting your time on this one. Sorry? There's nothing you can do. There's no way to help the bloke now. Why ever not? Simple. The prosecutor that's been assigned to the trial tomorrow is Lord Barak von Zeeks. No. Sounds like you've heard of him, Dan. Oh yes, we are very familiar with Lord Van Zeeks. Believed to be the harbinger of death itself. The Reaper of the Bailey. Uh-oh. Lord Barak von Zeeks, who we faced in court only yesterday. Mr. McGilda told us about him before the trial, didn't he? Sacrificial lambs. In every single trial in which he's been the prosecutor, the accused has been damned. This Reaper of the Bailey nickname, suppose he's earned that because every defendant he advocates against is found guilty, is that? Well, if that's the case, we should inform you, Inspector, that in yesterday's trial against Lord Van Zeeks, Mr. Naruhodo secured a verdict of not guilty. Oh geez. And what of it? Oh? Well, I think that matters that even against the Reaper of the Bailey, it's not impossible to save the defendant. No, you really don't have a clue, do you? What do you mean? What do you mean? My voice just went crazy right there. What happened to that bloke in the end? Eh? He's dead. Huh? Magnus McGilda came a cropper in that omnibus when it went up in flames. So you can't rightly say you saved the defendant, can you? What are you saying? Look, if Van Zeeks could get the dirt to stick on everyone, he'd be a miracle worker. Miracle worker. But that's not how it goes. He doesn't work miracle. He works magic. Black magic. I'd have a good long think about that if I were you. Are you really supposed to believe? Are we really supposed to believe that? It's like I must take a chomp of my fish and chips. Right, well, I filled you in as requested. I'm very nearly out of chips. So I'll be heading back to the crime scene now. We're still carrying out a few investigations there. It was Briar Road, you said, didn't you? Where the incident took place? Well, that's correct, ma'am. If you head over to the holding cells, you can meet the criminal himself. You branded him a criminal already. He's as good as. Shaking like a leaf in his cell, he is. It'll give you a chuckle if nothing else. He's inmate 53. Speak to the jailer and he'll show you the way. Inmate 53. Thank you. It's no fish and just chips with Gregson, to be honest. True. He just likes the chips. He's like, ah. So there's no helping anyone against the Reaper of the Bailey, they say. Is something troubling you, Mr. Naruhodo? To tell the truth, when I recalled the trial yesterday, I can't stop myself from shaking. The idea of facing the Reaper in court again is... Well, if you think it's too much for you, there's no shame in turning the case down. That takes courage. But if the man they've arrested is innocent, you could well imagine he would be shaking like a leaf in his cell. And I, for one, wouldn't find the sight of that funny. So, if I'm honest, I'm still reeling from the shock of yesterday's events myself. I'm really not sure if I'll be able to help this man, whoever he is. But I'd like to try. So I think I'm going to make some inquiries. Will you help? Did you really think you had to ask? After all, I am your judicial assistant. Thank you. So then, shall we? Yes. Let's go. God damn. That was insane. Give me 1 second there, guys. I want to take a quick swig of water. There we go. Alright, nothing else in this building here. I don't think there is. Let's go to the prison first. So these are British prison cells. Oh, they're ghastly. Feels just like a dungeon. Yes, and having experienced it in Japan myself, I can assure you that our wooden cells feel a lot cozier than these cold stone walls. Oh, don't, Mr. Naruhodo. You're making it seem worse. Apparently, our client is in this cell here. But it's so dark at the back there, I can't make him out. I wonder what he's like. Inmate 53, your legal representative is here to see you. Stop eyeing the back of the cell and show your face at once. Am I a cat? A cat with no name? Calling me by a number? I'm utterly, unbelievably, unjustified, unreasonable. I refuse to answer. Mr. Naruhodo, what do you think is going on here? I have no idea, but I wasn't just hearing things, was I? That tirade of complaints was in Japanese. Excuse me? Shh, quiet. They're all around, hiding. I know they are. They're watching, listening. Even now, I can sense it. Right. So, could I ask you, who exactly... There you are. You've come to curse me, haven't you? Don't try and hide it. You're a ghost! What? A ghost? We mean you no harm, prisoner-san. Are you prisoner-san? Japanese by any chance? This is beyond my wildest dreams! Oh my god, this guy's crazy. forgive me for that outburst before. I'm so sorry. Oh, it's fine. We were just a little surprised, that's all. Imagine it! It's been 12 long months since I left my hometown, and here I am in a frightful fix in a foreign land. So hearing the sweet, sentimental tones of a compatriot's voice here in this damp, dark hellhole was a most monumentally moving moment! I love this guy already. Who could have guessed that this new client, Lord Strongheart, assigned to us would turn out to be a fellow Japanese? Ah, what compassion my fellow countrymen show to dispatch a first-class lawyer all the way from Japan to defend a mere foreign student. Noble, nurturing, never failing Nippon! Oh my god. Holy shit. A first-class lawyer? Oh dear, I think there's been something of a misunderstanding here. I wonder, would you be so kind to tell us what happened? Why you've been detained as a suspect, for example? Yes, I can. I will. Prisoner-san is a fever dream. Shan't stay sullen and silent! Prisoner-san is a fever dream, right? I'm not quite sure I understand what he means, but he seems happy. Yes, he does. I just hope he actually has good reason to be. Thank you for your cooperation. I'm a lawyer, as you said. My name is Rinosuke Naruhodo. I'm Naruhodo-san's judicial assistant, Susato Mikotoba. I am a visiting student sent here by our government. Notoriously named Natsume! Soseki Natsume. I made Harvest Moon. I love Harvest Moon. Okay, let's converse with Soseki Natsume. Soseki Natsume-san. What an unusual name. Call me Soseki, please. I'm a poet, you see, a writer of haiku. It's something of a nom de plume. A nom de plume? You mean an alias? That's right, Naruhodo-san. No! Don't be so prosaic. It's much more refined than that. Spoilers, if he made Harvest Moon, it means Naruhodo-san does manage to bail him out. And haiku, that really reminds me of home. Did I hear you say that you're a visiting student sent over here by the government? Yes, that's right. A year ago, I was told to go and study English. First, I had to suffer that misery, and now this is beyond the pale. Suffered that misery? Did you not want to study here? No, I mean, I've had an interest in Great Britain for some years, of course. Oh, but just because the government tells you to do something doesn't mean you can do it? No. What do you mean? If they told me to study English literature, that I could have understood. That's my field. But no, they told me to study the English language. Utterly, unbelievably, unjustly, unreasonable! I see. I love the idea of him just shouting out those words. Only the other day, I was told to send a report about my first year here. I tendered a blank piece of paper. Wise words on white washi! I love the idea that he's just shouting 4 words constantly. You must be a man of great standing. I love the idea that he's just doing all these fucking crazy ass poses in his jail cell, screaming out words at the guards, and they're just looking at him like, what is happening? Oh yes, so I'm often told. I often like to be told, it seems. Okay, what's the accusation against you? Could you perhaps tell us exactly why you've been arrested, Soseki-san? I didn't do it. I didn't commit that atrocious murder. Murder? Oh no, 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 it's all right. The woman didn't actually die, did she? But she was stabbed with a knife right before my eyes. Before your eyes? You mean you saw the attacker? I didn't see anyone. What? If I'd seen the person who did it, do you think I'd be locked up in here? Oh dear, it seems like this case is becoming rather complicated. Why me? Why me? The guards must believe every Japanese guy acts like that, right? Why did that silly woman have to be stabbed in front of me? It's the curse of London. It's incredibly, inexcusably, irritatingly inconvenient. I love this guy. So Soseki-san was there at the scene, but he didn't see the attacker. It's vital that we find out more about the case. Could you imagine? I was accused. It was an accursed evening, just after the snow had started to clear and heavy with fog. I've been to the bookshop to buy some books, and I was on my way back to the accursed lodgings. Sure, the bookshop wasn't accursed too? As I was walking along the accursed pavement, I could make out the sole silhouette of another ahead of me. Someone that was accursed! God damn it! I was near an accursed street lamp, by the way. Woman wearing a green overcoat. That was accursed. She was. And just as I went to overtake her, I was hit with an accursed vision. She suddenly let out a little scream and collapsed onto the cold, hard slabs of stone at my feet. How terrible. I called out to the woman, but she didn't move. It was like a ghostly, ghoulish, grim graveyard! Slight exaggeration there, perhaps. I was terrified. I had to get away from there. So I ran as fast as my legs would carry me back to my accursed lodgings. That's not good. They'll say it was shameful, I know, to run away like that. Tell me, Soseki-san, was the victim an acquaintance of yours? Don't be ridiculous! Do you think I know any of these fair-haired English? And a young woman at that? I'm different, shy, timid, unsure. I can't talk to people. I see, a young woman unknown to Soseki-san. At the time it happened, what else did you see nearby? Did anyone pass you? Regrettably, apart from myself and the woman, I didn't see a soul. No one? Oh, great. So the victim was unknown to you, and there was no one else in the street at the time. It creates something of a conundrum, doesn't it? What conundrum? Yeah. Conundrum. I love... What do you mean, Susato-san? What's a conundrum? Well, if what Soseki-san has just told us is true, there's something I can't explain. He says that he didn't know the victim and that there was no one else at the scene. Then he apparently fled without having been seen. I did. But if that's the case, surely this man has to be the culprit. Aren't you? What did you just say? Nothing. I didn't say anything. Oops, perhaps I thought a little too loudly. Oh God, he's shaking. Actually, that's not what was troubling me. What I was thinking was, how did Soseki-san actually come to be arrested? Sorry? He didn't touch the victim, and there was nobody at the scene to see him. So how did the police ever discover that he was there in the first place? Oh yes, she's right. It was him. That accursed great detective. He led the police to me. Of all the bad luck, accursed great detective. Oh no, it's Sholmes. Oh no. I shall never forget that man's name as long as I live. With his haughty laugh and his self-proclaimed greatness. Brash, big-headed busybody, be gone! May you be a curse until the end of your days, Hairlock Sholmes. I knew it. Oh God. Mr. Sholmes? Well, I didn't expect to hear that name from this man's lips, that's for sure. It was the morning after that nightmare had unfolded on the pavement before me. I was gnawing on a sliver of hard cheese when some men suddenly burst in through the door. They started shouting at me, "This is the police, put the weapon down." Yes, it was a thin sliver, and yes, it was hard, but I wasn't eating a weapon. Disgusting! Dietary discrimination devils! You clearly had a trying morning yesterday. And there he was, in the middle of all the policemen, grinning like a Cheshire cat. That Hairlock Sholmes. It's actually just Herlock Sholmes. He's English. I've since found out that he's a famous name in detection here in London. Yes, the great detective is really very well known. His overly sharp mind managed to deduce my whereabouts apparently. He thinks I'm the knife-wielding madman. Me, this weak, stoop kitten of a man. Wonder what a great deduction process led to his conclusion this time. Do you mean to say that Mr. Sholmes' deduction was the only reason the police arrested you? That would be most unreasonable. Well, the thing is, I was thrown into a panic when they barged their way in. Of course you were. That's only natural. I was terrified and trembling. They kept throwing question after question at me in impossible English. Fiendish, foreign, flammery. Well, we are in England. You can't really blame them for questioning you in English. Good point. Holy shit, you crazy motherfucker. I love it. Good point. I knew I had to answer, but I didn't know what to say. So I just kept repeating things like, yes I do, and I'm fine. Next thing I knew, I was in manacles, and before I knew it, I was thrown in here. Oh dear, I'm afraid. That's hardly surprising. I'm fine. It's not fine now. Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. Oh, you can just call me Mr. Naruhodo. And when we're speaking English, a simple Mr. is more than enough. Oh yes, alright, yes, they've really got to me. This country is poisoning my mind. But please, I beg you to defend me in court tomorrow. You can tell them what really happened. You'll do it, won't you? Well, why? Why is it so hard to say yes to me? Well, the thing is, I'm just a student like yourself, on a study tour. A student? I've defended a case in the Old Bailey. Only the one, though. But at this moment in time, I really don't know what I'm supposed to believe in. I'm confused about what the justice in this country even means. Oh, Naruhodo-san. I'm not even the foreign student who is supposed to be here. I'm a sort of a locum lawyer, I suppose. But the armband, that's the mark of a defense lawyer from our great empire. It's a keepsake from the man who should have been here. He was my best friend. A keepsake? I know exactly what they're saying about me. Oh, who do you mean? The lawyers, all the British defense lawyers. They won't defend me. Goodness, why do you say that? For the same reason as you noted before. When it happened, there was only the victim and myself around, and I ran away from the scene of the crime. I'm not a fool. I know it looks as though I must have been the culprit. It must have been very hard for you, Soseki-san. And anyway, I'm a student from overseas. I'm just a foreign nobody to them. Someone not to be trusted. I heard them openly laughing about me before, in my earshot, without any compunction at all. Any trial for this man would be a waste of time, they said, and of course the foreigner did it. They even had the gall to say, the man doesn't understand half of what's being said anyway. That's awful. They're wrong. I've studied more English than half of the policemen out there on the streets. I've traveled halfway around the world to learn about these people's country and its great history. But no one here wants to listen to a man with a strange accent. They all hate me. So at the very least, I'd like to entrust my fate to someone who can listen to me in my native tongue. You could do it, couldn't you? When I look into your eyes, I can see it. I can see what you've been through. So Seki-san, it's just that. Give me a little time, please. I'll do what I can, for the time being. What do you mean? We shall investigate the case as thoroughly as possible. If we can find some clues, it will give us a much better chance, I'm sure. Oh yes, thank you. I'll be here, all alone, waiting for you. Locum student, Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. We should be going then, Naruhodo-san. We have a case to prepare for. Okay, let's quickly save that. That was insane. I loved it. Time to go to Briar Road. "19th of February, Briar Road." So this is where it happened. Briar Road. Ah, look, Mr. Naruhodo. Look at the regulation metal helmet. It's unmistakable. The men of Scotland Yard are here, and they're investigating as we speak. That is their job, you know. But Mr. Naruhodo, to see them with my own eyes. Often depicted in the adventures of Herlock Sholmes, but I never dreamt I'd ever come this close. To a real Bobby's helmet. What? The helmet? Hee, of course. I have to try one on one day. Well, I hope your hatty dreams come true. What's the Japanese delegation doing here? Oh, Inspector Gregson. This isn't on the tourist trail, as I'm fairly sure you're well aware. Yes, of course. We're here to investigate. So you've been to the holding cells then. What do you make of the criminal? He's not a criminal, as you put it, Inspector. He's a suspect. We'll see about that. You Japanese like to stick together, I suppose. Well, do what you will. It doesn't bother me. The bloke's in court tomorrow, whatever happens. The verdict's a foregone conclusion. The stone-cold air of rejection. Take heart, London at this time of year is full of stone-cold air. True. That makes it worse somehow. Oh, a British bicycle, look. Although the wheel is misshapen, I'm sure it couldn't have possibly been ridden anymore. Someone must have been doing some breakneck cycling. Seems bicycles have become extremely popular in London recently. There's even a movement to change women's dress to allow them to ride as well. Bicycle fad won't last. I don't see why anyone would want to ride something like that. Excuse me? Goodness, do you dislike bicycles? No, not at all. I mean, it's not like I dislike them exactly. Just that any occupation that involves taking both your feet off firm ground seems reckless. If you'd ever tried walking on stilts and falling into a river, I know you'd agree with me. We'll have to hire a bicycle sometime. You can sit behind me while I ride you around. That's a rather typical old brick building, isn't it? I'm sure it has a long and interesting history. Well, time certainly seems to have taken its toll on the place. It's crooked and sagging all over. In fact, it looks in decidedly worse shape than the other houses around here. We must find some cheap lodgings ourselves as soon as possible. Yes, you're right. Cheap, but ideally with reasonably level floors. Oh, look at the windows of that building there. Are you sure they're windows? Yes, but they're all filled in with bricks. Oh, you're right. I wonder why. Perhaps an empty property where nobody lives at the moment. There's smoke coming from the chimneys, though. Oh dear, everything still feels very foreign. There's so much we have to learn about this place. There are piles of snow on the pavement here and there, but the road itself is covered in carriage tracks. It seems carriages often travel down Briar Road. It soon disperses all the snow. I slipped over when I was walking down the pavement earlier. Seems like it would have been far safer to walk on the road instead. But you're rather small, Mr. Naruhodo, and dressed all in black. I'm worried coachman might not see you, and you could be flattened by horses. Well, thank you for the rather small concern. Are you calling him short? That's not very nice. Do you see all the black smoke rising from the chimneys over there? It says here that in Great Britain, many people heat their homes in winter using coal. The only chimneys I really remember seeing in Japan were on top of the bathhouse. Do you think some of those houses could be on fire? Not at all. Well, even so, that much thick black smoke building up to the heavens is surely going to turn the whole sky black sooner or later. Gosh, you may be right about that. Don't they? And with the dense fog as well, everything looks hazy. While it is known as foggy London town, I can just make out some sort of spire through the fog. It looks like it's still being built though. Aha, yes, that must be the Crystal Tower, being built from the great exhibition that's to open in 6 months' time. Apparently it's going to be very striking, glazed on all sides, and the symbolic centerpiece of the exhibition. This would be the largest exposition in history, is it? Can't even begin to imagine it. Okay. Oh, that's a Scotland Yard carriage. They use vehicles like that to rush to crime scenes and cart away criminals. You're very well informed, aren't you? It's long been a dream of mine to ride one of those through the streets of London. I'll just pick up a stone and throw it through one of the windows then. But that would mean being arrested in order to ride it, wouldn't it? Still, if it's the only way, help me find a good stone. No, I wasn't serious. He's trying to get her in trouble. Rinsuke, that's not good. Don't get your judicial assistant in trouble. Hee, what a delightful snowman. Didn't realize the English had a tradition of making snowmen as well. Looks a little creepy though. Well, it has a scarf, look. You need one if you were out in this freezing cold all the time. I wish I had one. I'm afraid our budget is somewhat frozen at the moment too. We certainly can't afford a scarf. Surely the snowman here wouldn't miss his. But the person who made the snowman certainly would. Yes, I know. You're right. Anyway, even if I borrowed it, it wouldn't do much to warm my neck, would it? It's covered in snow. As one of the officers from Scotland Yard, the police are making sure the crime scene is undisturbed. I have a feeling that if we wander too close, we'll be clapped in irons. I think perhaps you're being a little overcautious. We've done nothing wrong, so we have no cause for concern. Oh no, I'm getting caught out again. Twice is enough. Twice I found myself in handcuffs, despite not knowing a thing about what was going on. Yes, you've had some dreadful experiences. I'm sure it's that wide-eyed look of panic you're so prone to. It does you no favors at all. Okay, let's talk about Scotland Yard. Tell me about the Scotland Yard, Inspector. Ever since I read about it in the adventures of Sherlock Sholmes, I've been fascinated by the place. The Yard is the most sophisticated policing organization you'll find anywhere in the world, ma'am. Oh, and you know, I've always dreamt of wearing a real Bobby's helmet. It does make them look the part, seeing that policeman there with his helmet on. Certainly got the sense that this is a man who will take no nonsense in his duty protecting the city. Oh yes, doesn't he look wonderful? Oh geez, she's like, I love a man in uniform. Oh God. Being a London Bobby is hard going, I can tell you. Oh really? First thing in the morning, you know what he does? Goes round and rouses all the laborers on his beat so they can get off to work. What? He wakes people up? Yup. Raps on their windows with a long pole. Did myself going back a bit. I had no idea. The Bobby works for the people of the town. It's just another one of his duties. After that, he starts tirelessly patrolling the streets all day long. He has to cover 20 miles a day. That's a regulation distance. I can't really imagine how far that is, but it sounds like a long way. Let me see. 20 miles, that's approximately the distance from Tokyo to Yokohama. On foot? That's definitely taking things a step too far. And when it gets dark, of course he has the important job of lighting all the gas street lamps. Oh my. And I suppose in between all those duties, Bobbies are expected to investigate cases as well, and chase after criminals trying to evade the law. I'm not sure you could call it in between exactly, more alongside, but yes. They're expected to handle the jobs as well. You do have men killing over from time to time, I admit. Oh God. I always dreamt of wearing one of those helmets, as I said. But it's with a heavy heart I shall have to relinquish that dream to you, Mr. Naruhodo. Your heavy heart will be my heavy head if you do. About the case, please tell me more about my case, please. It happened around 5 in the evening 2 days ago, just there on the open bit of pavement. The victim, a young woman, was stabbed with a blade from behind. Is it right that the lady is still unconscious now? You mentioned that she's being treated in the hospital. I never said she was a lady. Truth is, unless she comes round pretty smartish, we won't be able to find out much about her at all. Suppose that means they haven't been able to take a statement from her, of course. Here's a map of the local area I happen to have on me. You can take it if you want. Really? Are you sure? It's yard policy to give lawyers, defended suspects the odd bit of information to go on. I haven't actually accepted a job yet, but still. Thank you, Inspector. We gratefully accept. Anyway, as far as we know, there was no one else on the scene other than the victim and your fellow countrymen. Who did it? Do you think? Not much of a head scratcher, is it? Well, I know Mr. Natsume is also claiming not to have seen anyone else around, but just because he didn't see anyone, doesn't mean we can be sure that no one else was present. I'm sorry to have to tell you, but we most certainly can be sure. How? Because, ma'am, The precise moment of stabbing didn't go unnoticed. It what? We have two very reliable witnesses, no less. Ah. It was a typical foggy London day, and your client obviously didn't see that. There were witnesses now? Uh-oh. Well, let's look at our map. Okay, witnesses time. Who are these witnesses, Inspector? A fellow and his wife. The man's one of the most reliable and respected citizens in all of London. He's a copper from the Scotland Yard. Ah. A policeman. That might change things. And this policeman just happened to be there at the exact moment the woman was attacked? Nothing peculiar about that, ma'am. Part and parcel of being a bobby. Catching them banging the act and all that. Do you think it might be possible for us to ask that policeman a few questions? Be my guest. You can ask him what you like. In court tomorrow. Oh. I've no doubt he'll be summoned as a witness. So he'll give you something to look forward to. That's that then. He's got no intention of letting us meet the man beforehand, it seems. A policeman witnessed the incident. As your judicial assistant, I must warn you that this could make our job very difficult indeed. Yes, as a non-judicial assistant, I could have warned me of that too. Oh yes, one more thing, Inspector. What? The person who led you to the suspect. I hear that was Mr. Sholmes. What are you bringing him up for? Was it something I said? Color is drained from his cheeks. That twitchy Japanese bloke goes on trial tomorrow. Are you going to defend him or not? Well, makes no difference to me. I will just say this. No London lawyer worth his salt would touch that case with a barge pole. Because the prosecution is being handled by the Reaper of the Bailey, you mean? There's no way to save the man now. It's a waste of time trying. It is all a bit strange, though. Sorry? The Reaper. He hasn't appeared in court once for a good few years now. Yes, we did hear something to that effect. And the only people he usually bothers with are real scum. The master criminals, the violent ones. Master criminals? The violent ones? That's right. He handpicks his victims. Only deals with those guaranteed to go to the gallows for their sins. But Mr. Natsume wouldn't hang for what he's accused of, surely. That's just my point, sunshine. Yes, the young woman was stabbed, but it didn't kill her. Couldn't even say the intent was there. So this isn't the sort of case I'd be expecting the Reaper to want to sink his teeth into, for want of a better place. Well, it's not exactly a minor infraction, is it? No, there's got to be more to it. Some reason he's taking an interest. Really? What sort of reason, Inspector? You think I can tell what's going on inside the inside the head of that Lord of Darkness? You'll have to ask him yourself at tomorrow's trial. Are we really going to have to face the Reaper again? The Lord of Darkness, as he put it? Good Lord, another Lord of Darkness! That's kind of crazy. Who did you hear that name from? Oh, well, it was Mr. Natsume who mentioned it. He said that Mr. Sholmes was with the police when they entered his lodgings. I'm sure it was a result of one of Mr. Sholmes' inspirational great deductions. Fiddle faddle! That man's an amateur, and I'm getting sick and tired of him showing his mug everywhere. Oh, I don't know where he gets his information from, but he turns up at the scene of the crime, wanders around spouting incomprehensible rubbish, and before you know it, he claims to have solved the case. Yes, he's quite astounding, isn't he? He is a great help to Scotland Yard, though, isn't he? Gibble gabble! Gibble gabble? What the fuck is that? Gibble gabble! Ever seen this before? Oh yes, that's Rand's magazine. The wonderful publication in which the adventures of Sherlock Sholmes appears. Yes, well, that wonderful publication, as you put it, sees fit to include several of the Yard's detectives in its stories. And the so-called great detective makes a mockery of all of us. If you ask anyone at the Yard, it's a misadventure to be included in any of Sherlock Sholmes' tale at all. Well, I suppose there is an element of that. We work our socks off, every one of us, only to be frumped by the public. Thinks that obnoxious detective. The man's as dangerous to us at the Scotland Yard as he is to all our criminals. That can't really be true, can it, Inspector? Clearly, the great detective and the police have a complex relationship. He's squeezing his chips! Well, I don't think we're going to get any more useful information out of the detective. Mr. Naruhodo, can I make a suggestion? Oh yes, what is it? Well, it seems to me that we must speak with him about this. By him, do you mean Mr. Sholmes? Yes, Mr. Sherlock Sholmes, exactly. Look at those shining eyes. You can't wait, can you? Well, Mr. Natsume did blame Mr. Sholmes for all of this, didn't he? Yes, he did. He really did. Which makes him an involved party in the case. Are you going to ignore that? I hope not. I assure you, it's not simply my selfish desire to meet with Mr. Sholmes again. Sure, Susato. The trouble is, we have no idea of the man's address even. It's Baker Street! How do you know that? It's in the stories, of course. 221B Baker Street. The most famous address in the world. Oh, I see. Well, there's nothing to stop us from going, I suppose. We better try to find our way there before Susato-san gets any more excited and unpredictable. Hurrah! I'll summon a carriage! So we're to have a reunion already with the great detective, Mr. Sherlock Sholmes. Okay. Damn, we are rolling. Let's go to Sholmes' suite.
Thank you very much. It's just up there overlooking the street. Good day. Thanks again. This is it. The residence of Mr. Sherlock Sholmes.
Gibble gabble. Oh God. So this is where the great detective makes his living. Feels surreal to be here somehow. Is that as described in the stories, Miss Susato? Susato-san? Many famous cases have been solved here in this very room. Well, I suppose they must have been, yes. Never really read the stories, so it's hard to get quite as excited about it as she seems to be. The detective chases the villain relentlessly as he disappears into the fog down an unlit London street. Oh, the thrill of it, the romanticism. Can't you feel your heart thumping in your chest? Can't you, Mr. Naruhodo? Well, I suppose I can, yes. So if you don't mind, I'll just stand here and soak up the atmosphere for a while longer. Please, don't mind me. Huh, she's obsessed. Well, it looks like our detective friend isn't home at present. Excuse me, is anyone home? Oh, do we have a visitor? Wait a minute. Hello, is it a big new case for Mr. Sholmes? Hello? Wait, aren't you... Oh, how rude of me. I'll go and make some tea at once. I'm sure it's the same girl. Miss Susato, did you see the girl who was just here? Oh yes, isn't it truly extraordinary? To think that the King of Bohemia came to this very room to ask Mr. Sholmes to take on his case? The King of Bavaria? King Wilhelm Gottfried Sigismund von Ormstein, of course. Sorry, I'm drawing a blank. Forget the adventures of Sherlock Holmes for a moment and look over there. Tea's brewed, and I have a freshly baked cake as well. Ah, it's you! I knew it. Susato-san recognizes her too. Let's look. Oh yeah. Oh geez. It's the girl who turned up at the end of Mr. McGilded's trial in the defendant's antechamber. I've never met a lawyer from the Far East before. Poor you having to get straight to work when you've only just arrived in London. Oh yes, it was challenging. Well, try this tea. It's my special blend, you know. Thank you. Is tea supposed to look that color? Oh my, what a fragrant yet mellow flavor. Hooray, it's a winner! I've tried blending different leaves designed to alleviate fatigue, you see. You must be exhausted after a long voyage here, and you have another ticklish trial tomorrow. Oh, and you're the defendant Japanese man. I do wish you lots and lots of luck. Did Mr. Sholmes tell you about us by any chance? Oh, you know Hurley, do you? Oh my god, Hurley? Hurley, Mr. Sholmes to you, surely. Mr. Sholmes was a fellow passenger on a boat that brought us to Great Britain, you see. Was he really? Well, I had no idea. I'm afraid Hurley's out on errand again today, even though he's just returned from overseas. Wait a minute. We met this girl for the first time ever yesterday after the trial, and only briefly at that. How on earth does she know so much about us? Did she deduce all these things, do you think? And perhaps more to the point, why is she here in Mr. Sholmes' suite? Oh, silly me, I haven't introduced myself, have I? It's a great pleasure to meet you both. My name is Iris Wilson. I live here together with Hurley. What the hell? It's not Mr. Wilson, it's Miss Wilson. Ah, Iris, is it? What a lovely name. What? What's the matter? No, wait. This can't be. Did you say that your name is Wilson? What's the matter with Susato-san? Why is she so flustered all of a sudden? Yes, that's right. What are your names? Oh, I'm Ryusuke Naruhodo, a lawyer from Japan. Oh, sorry. I'm Naruhodo's, Mr. Naruhodo's judicial assistant, Susato Mikotoba. It's wonderful to meet you. Lovely, Susie and Runo. Got it. Susie? And Runo? There's more to this girl than meets the eye. There's so many questions for her. I don't know where to start. Yes, and so do I. Alright, let's converse. It was you that we ran into yesterday, wasn't it? At the Old Bailey. Yes, that's right. We're ever so helpful. Thank you so much. Oh my god. This character's crazy. I love it. Oh no, not at all. I'm so sorry that we couldn't have been more welcoming. Though at the time we did have a rather large gun pointed at us. Oh my god! Like this? Ah, think back now. You left with Miss Lestrade in tow, didn't you? Oh yes, that awkward witness, Gina Lestrade. Oh, Ginny? Yeah, she's a professional pickpocket. So we found out. It's very naughty of her to pinch my invention like that. Are you referring to that trial-disrupting gun-like contraption? Exactly. So I followed her, you see, to get it back. Perhaps I should think about fitting a self-destruct mechanism in my inventions. This girl's dangerous. Anyways, I brought Ginny back here after that, so she could apologize to my trusty technician. Sorry, your technician? Hurley, of course, silly. Hurley? Yes, Herlock Sholmes. We live here together. I had no idea the great detective had such an interesting young daughter. Daughter? Not likely. What? I wouldn't call him Hurley if he was my father, would I? Well then, what is your relationship with Mr. Sholmes? I'm really thirsty, but don't want to wake up or scare the cat. Yeah. Oh geez. I mean, eventually the cat's gonna probably wake up again. Anyway. You know what I mean? But that's tough there, Bjarn. That's a tough, it's tough to... Yeah, fair. Well then, what is your relationship with Mr. Sholmes? Well, I expect you found out that lodgings of any kind in London are very expensive. So the solution is to share the cost with a partner, a roommate. Your roommates? I hope you don't mind me asking, Iris, but how old are you? 10 at last this year. Did they catch how that guy died yet? No, but, well, our new victim was stabbed in the back, so. Well, what of your mother and father? Oh no, they're not around. Oh, I see. Wonder what that story is there. Oh yes, there's something I must ask you. A new case? Yeah, we're on a new case right now, but I feel like all the previous cases are going to be intertwined with this one. I feel like every case in this game is going to culminate in the final one. That's kind of me thinking out loud right now. Of course. Go ahead, Susie. I'm very great fan of the adventures of Herlock Sholmes and... Oh, you have a copy of Rand's magazine? Yes, I read every issue. It's delivered all the way to Japan on a ship. Oh, this is so exciting. My stories are being read on the other side of the world. My stories? That's right. Hurley is always solving such amazing cases, you see. He tells me all about them. They really are quite fascinating. It would be such a shame if I was the only one who ever heard them, don't you think? Goodness! A new case? So you're in the final one? I think there's 5 cases in this game, and we're in the 4th case right now. just starting the 4th case, which will probably be in the 4th case on Wednesday as well. Last night he was telling me all about the new case he had just solved on a steamship traveling from a faraway land. So he's just in the middle of typing up the manuscript for the next issue before you came. So you are the author? Yes, I'll let you in on a secret if you like. I'm going to call this latest adventure The Speckled Band. The Speckled Band? That's certainly very familiar. Of course, I always change 1 or 2 details in the stories here and there. This time, I had the idea of making a venomous snake be the cause of all the trouble. This cat's awake and she's definitely alert but not running away. I was right in front of her. Good. Hell yeah. Let's go. You didn't really startle it too badly. Oh, that was Mr. Sholmes' first thought as well, actually. Yes, and of course I knew that a snake might not be a credible fit for the facts of the case exactly, but it's a story. Some poetic license is justified to make it more thrilling, I think, don't you? So do you mean to say, are the stories about Mr. Sholmes that are published in Rant's magazine all written by me? Yes, on my wonderful and very modern typewriter. But all the stories I've ever read are written by a doctor of medicine, by Dr. John H. Wilson. Suda-Sada-san's getting more and more worked up. She's more trusting of me at least. Hell yeah, let's go. That's a good thing. That is a definite good thing there, Bjarn. Hell yeah. Yes, that's me. I mean, my name really is Wilson. But what about the doctor of medicine part? That's all true too. I'm a doctor of medicine. No, at 10 years old? At 10 years old. Well, that's quite incredible. But, Dr. Wilson is an English gentleman. Yes. I did alter the setting slightly for the story to be more compelling. Oh. Well, it sounds a little strange, doesn't it? A great detective with a 10-year-old girl in tow? Sure as my alarm is going off at 4:30, so I'll try to cover it then. Hell yeah. Let's go. Make sure she doesn't doesn't have too bad of a reaction to the loud noise. Aw. Hell yeah. Suppose it does, yes. Poor Susato-san. She looks like her whole world has just fallen apart. About before. Yes? What's on your mind, Runo? Do tell me. How did you know that I was a lawyer and we just arrived in London, I mean? Yes. Oh, and that we have difficult trial tomorrow. How did you know all of that? I always try to be quiet early in the morning so people don't wake up. Yeah. I've been there. In my old house, when I was a teenager, I would try to not wake people up. So the hallway always had, because there was a basement and then, you know, the actual house on top of it. So I every so often there's a few floorboards that would just creak, and they would creak very loudly. Sorry, didn't mention 4:30's in 2 hours and 20 minutes. Goddamn. That's what you meant. But hell yeah. There, Bjarn. A short while. Please tell us how you did it. Explain every detail. Of course, I'll be delighted. Although there's really no mystery. Now let's begin. Iris Wilson is proud to present her logic and reasoning spectacular. First of all, I knew already that you're a lawyer, Runo. After all, I met you yesterday at the Old Bailey in the defendant's antechamber. But you also said that you only only just arrived in London. How did you know that? I observed a passport and a travel ticket protruding from your breast pocket. Oh, so I was reasonably confident that you only just arrived in the country. And on top of that, you accepted a case against that particular prosecutor, telling me you were unaware of London's court affairs. Yeah, I don't sleep at night anymore? Oh yeah. Damn. Damn there, Bjorn. So it's more of a daytime sleep there, Bjorn, right? The Reaper of the Bailey. I walked right into that one, didn't I? Then I noticed a red ink stamp on the back of Susie's hand. You were given that when you visited a local prison to meet with a suspect, weren't you? Earlier today. Ah. They use those stamps to keep a close eye on comings and goings, you see. Not the smartest of choices, but yeah. I mean, you know, a lot of people work night shifts and sleep during the day. So, I mean, one of my cousins used to work the graveyard shift and would sleep during the day. So, you know, I didn't realize. A red stamp is only used for people visiting foreign inmates. So that told me that even though you had only yesterday concluded a trial of Magnus McGilded, two of you had already had a cause to visit a foreign inmate at a local prison. However, neither of you was wearing a particularly sad expression on your face, so I concluded the prisoner was unlikely to be a friend or a relative. That led me to believe that you must have accepted a new case. I see. How could you have known that the trial is tomorrow? Well, having barely been home a few hours yesterday, Hurley solved yet another case. It obviously amused him. He told me that he caught a Japanese man who was bawling and trembling. A Japanese man? Well, clearly that must have been... My shift is only 40 minutes and it's from 6 a.m. Oh, I gotcha. Mr. Natsume. Now, Runo has that fancy Japanese sword. I think your outfit is called a kimono, isn't it, Susie? Well, anyway, it's clear to me that both of you came from Japan yourselves. So I put two and two together and decided you must be defending the Japanese man Hurley caught. And there was only one conclusion these facts could lead me to. You both came here to ask Hurley about the case. There's a note on the mantelpiece that says the man's trial will be tomorrow. Hurley is always stabbing his notes with a knife. You know, he's silly. And that's all there is to it, really. Thank you for listening. I'm Iris Wilson, and that was one of my great deductions. Well, was it a winner? Were my deductions correct? They were spot on. That was amazing, Iris. Truly a great deduction. You even managed to discern something of Mr. Sholmes' delivery. Oh well, I was just copying Hurley's style for that. This is really very good news. You could tell us all about the case involving the Japanese man. You will, won't you, Iris? Please? Oh God. The case of the Japanese man. So yesterday, Mr. Sholmes apprehended a Japanese man, you were saying. Yes. Hurley had just arrived back in London after his sea voyage, but the police were waiting for him at the railway station to take him directly to the crime scene. Ah, the great detective is a popular man, it seems. Apparently a woman was stabbed on a quiet street somewhere in town. There were witnesses who had seen a short, shifty-looking stooped man running away from the scene. A short, shifty-looking stooped man. Mr. Natsume, beyond any doubt. Soseki-san said that he didn't see anybody else on the street at all. It seems there were witnesses after all. Hurley uses great detective powers to determine the man's address. There's a lodging room very nearby. He went directly there with the police. What did they find? A short, shifty-looking stooped man shivering in fear. Mr. Sholmes' great deduction certainly hit the mark that time. Of course it did. He's a great detective. True. Still, that means the incident occurred only 2 days ago. Surely tomorrow's too soon for our trial, isn't it? Definitely. We have no time to investigate properly. Hurley says that London is rife with crime. Oh? Scotland Yard is doing its best, but they can't stay on top of it, apparently. I mean, 1880s London was crazy. Oh dear, I didn't realize the situation was so dire. That's why they can't afford to spend too much time investigating cases and trying the criminals in court. Staff and money are both short. Crimes are usually pinned on the first suspicious person. That's terrible. Suppose it's the harsh reality of the workings of the world's greatest justice system. Suppose it is, but in that case, I don't hold out much hope for Soseki-san. Thank you for answering so many of our questions, Iris. It's been very informative. Oh, you're most welcome. I've had so much fun. Do you happen to know where Mr. Sholmes is at the moment? As you guessed, we'd like to ask him some questions about this case as well. Ah, well. Inspector Hurley is still investigating the scene. Of the case involving Mr. Natsume, you mean? Yes, Mr. Nutsome? Hurley said he was going to the man's lodgings. If you leave now, you'll probably catch him there. Iris, do you know where those lodgings are? Well, I imagine the police are still investigating the scene of the crime themselves, aren't they? Did you happen to come across a detective by the name of Gregson while you were there? Yes, we know Inspector Gregson. Ah, goody. In that case, give Gregsy this from me, would you? If you do that, I'm sure he'll tell you what you want to know. What is this? A 5-shilling piece and a postcard, it seems. It reads, "Tell the gentleman in black whatever he wants to know. I trust that won't be a problem." Gosh, this will make the inspector help us, will it? Well, thank you, Iris. We'll give it a try. Good luck, then. I'm going to return to writing my manuscript, The Speckled Band. I'll be making more special blends of tea, so come back again soon. We'd be delighted. Thank you so much, Iris. Well, Mr. Naruhodo, it's back to the scene of the crime. Oh, jeez. So, somewhat dubious that they would exert any influence over the men of Scotland Yard at all. We headed back to the scene where Iris's curious note, one of the world's heaviest silver coins in hand. We are rolling. We go another like 10-ish minutes. Briar Road. Looks as though the police are still here, carrying on with their investigation. Perfect. So let's find Inspector Gregson as quickly as possible. Yes, and let's see if we can he'll take a break from his chips to look at the silver tip Iris gave for him. $5-shilling piece, isn't it? I believe it's called a crown. Yes, you can train a Scotland Yard detective to do whatever you want with just a single one. Iris must be the most powerful 10-year-old in the world. How much is 5 shillings, by the way? What's it really worth? Well, it's probably enough to buy all the chips the inspector could possibly eat in a whole month. That's greasy. It's adorable, isn't it? Tell the gentleman in black whatever he wants to know. I trust that won't be a problem. Yes, the handwriting is adorable, but the message is ominous. There's no room for sentiment there. I'm sure it's simply the way you're interpreting it, Mr. Naruhodo. Anyway, I do hope the inspector will tell us what we need to know when he reads it. You don't think it'll just make him munch piping hot chips until steam comes out of his ears, do you? That'd be really funny, though. Well, that wouldn't be an entirely terrible outcome. Inspector Gregson, do you have a moment? I'm sorry to say I don't. I'm a very busy man. Much too busy to talk to a pair of foreign gadabouts, that's for sure. We have these for you. A present from Miss Iris Wilson. What? For me? From her ladyship? Her ladyship? Give that here at once. Come on, hand it over, that's for me. Ah, don't wait for me to give it to you, will you? What was that coin exactly? It's a silver crown, obviously, but it's a lot more than that. It's an appearance fee, that's what it is. Appearance fee? Oh, I see. You mean... That's right. For the adventures of Herlock Sholmes. Her ladyship always offers me a little financial reward for featuring me, every time. Oh my god. He's being bribed. Yes, of course. I know all about your exploits, Inspector. I read them avidly. Of course, her using my name without my say so does make me the butt of a lot of unpleasant jokes, but still. I'm sorry, Inspector. That must be difficult for you. Never you mind that. So, what do you want to know then, eh? Sorry? Tell the gentleman in black whatever he wants to know. I trust that won't be a problem, it says. Well, obviously it's not a problem. Go on, fire away. What do you want to know? Well, if you wouldn't mind, Inspector, we'd very much like to know the address of Mr. Natsume's lodgings. The little knife-wielding mustache Japanese fellow. He lives in a right old hovel. It's just over there, look. On the first floor of that house in the corner where the wreck of a bicycle is propped up. That is nearby indeed. If I remember rightly, the landlord is a Mr. John Garadab. Right, well, if you see her again, you make sure you give her ladyship my regards, you hear? I mean it. You tell her that Gregson sends his very best wishes. Don't worry, Inspector, we will. Goodbye for now, then. And long live her ladyship. Long live... What the hell, man? Well, at least he told us what we wanted to know before he left. Yes. So then, shall we go and see what we can find in Mr. Natsume's lodgings? Definitely. Let's go to Mr. Natsume's lodgings. (19th of February). Mr. Natsume's lodgings. May I help you? Yes. Would this be the residence of Mr. John Garadeb? Indeed I would, sir. And who may I say is calling? My name is Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Mr. Naruhodo is representing Mr. Soseki Natsume. I believe he takes lodgings here. We would very much like to ask him some questions about our client. One moment, please. I shall convey the message to Mr. Garadab. Did you see that, Miss Susato? That was a real-life English maid. I know. As I understand it, anyone of standing in English society employs a number of household staff. But that was the first time I've ever seen one in the flesh. Oh, this day keeps getting better. It certainly feels like we've really arrived now, doesn't it? We need to only meet a butler and the experience will be complete. I'm not sure I would go that far, but I understand the sentiment.
Thank you for waiting. Mr. Garrett will now see you. This way.
Uh-oh. That uniform looks fairly ancient, doesn't it? It's clearly been well looked after, though. That old thing, pah. Not much better than rags, really. Oh? All that ceremonial garb at my retirement bash, you know. But I'm not one for dwelling on the past me. Would have gladly thrown it out, but you know how it is. Anyway, it doesn't hurt to have an odd piece of memorabilia lying around, does it? Oh, I see. Perhaps we should leave the past in the past. Where's that at? That's a full-size cannon. What's it doing in here? Oh my, it's real. I thought it might be a replica. Oh, that whole thing. Bah. That's little more than a toy. Sorry? The army was selling it off when I retired, so I decided to give it a new home. Never know when the enemy might attack next. Jolly useful to have a cannon about the house. Really? It isn't overkill. Be prepared, I always say. You never know what this twisted world is going to throw at you next, boy. Do you think there may be trouble brewing, Mr. Garradab? Always is. Take Joan here. Never fails to have a clean apron in reserve. Dries them over the barrel, you see. They dry very well on the cannon here, Joan tells me, which rather proves my point, I feel. It's been reduced to a drying rack. No wonder the huge cannon looks like it's hanging its head in shame. Alright, so obviously, I think this is a perfect place to end for tonight. We will talk to Mr. Garradab and the maid and get going with the trial of our defendant, most likely, on Wednesday, when we take on more of this game. I'll see you guys then. Again, thank you to GFREX, Bjarn, Brittle, everyone that lurked as well. Alrighty, hell yeah, there, Bjarn. And congratulations on the new cat again there, Bjarn. Hell yeah. Have fun with the new kitty. And yeah, I'll see everyone on Wednesday. Bye.